ChaseWins.com, Monday morning. Cheers, good morning. Sorry I haven't been around for a few days. Obviously, still been working as normal, but unfortunately, I believe I caught the virus. Been kind of laid up at home, kind of self isolated from the public for honestly for the better part of a week now. Started feeling it last weekend, just scratchy throat, kind of feeling like the symptoms of a cold. So, wanted to make sure that just in case I wasn't around anybody, and then come that Monday morning, a week ago, it hit me like a ton of bricks. So I'm thinking, okay, do I have the virus? Do I have the flu? Do I just have a really bad cold? Something like that. I knew I was running a fever. Couldn't swallow, could barely talk, coughing like crazy. And even though now that that's kind of subsided, haven't run a fever in the better part of 5 days now, still coughing pretty bad, especially when I talk for too long. One of the things that's been worse is just so fatigued. Getting up and doing the most basic of things, taking a shower, trying to get work done. Um, Makes me immediately have to go take a nap, which even, I don't get sick often. Usually I get the one really good cold or something every year, as most people do. Um, with the amount of hours that I work and how little sleep I get, it usually hits me harder. So whereas, a common cold might knock somebody out for a couple of days, it might knock me out for a week. Um, Fatigue, I haven't felt fatigue like this, and I don't know if I've ever felt it. It's like it's bad. Like it feels like getting up and just moving around the house for a little while, makes me feel like I hadn't slept in days. So sorry I haven't been doing videos, obviously. Excuse me. Hopefully I won't do a lot of that during this video. Excuse me. Um, it's just been, I don't want to talk and have to cough through videos and stuff, and then honestly, I just haven't felt up to it. It's been everything I could do to just make sure I get plays done from home and get them to my team so they can get them posted. So it's still been business as normal, just haven't been able to do videos. So what I'm going to do in this video, I'm going to try to get through it quickly, is let you know what we've got coming up for this week. It is Monday the 9th. The only thing going on tonight is Monday Night Football. I don't know if this video will make it out today. It may be tomorrow. But we're going to do our market recap, ROI, and investment profit, overview and recap to show you what ROI and profit we've made. We're going to do it for the last 2 weeks. I'm going to kind of combine both since I did not get to do one this past Monday because I just wasn't feeling up to it. Let you know what we've got coming up for this week. Got some big announcements, and then try to get you on a free play at the end. And I'm going to do what I've done for the past few weeks. I'm going to do a video once or twice a day, get them posted as I can for looking ahead of stuff coming up later this weekend or this week and even into this weekend, trying to find some nice underdogs. Our underdogs have been hitting well over 90% the past month, maybe even longer than that. I think I've given out a total of 14 underdogs in the last 3 weeks, and only 2 of them have not cashed. Every other one has not only covered in cash, but won outright. So there's nobody giving out winning underdogs like I am. And we're going to continue to do that. So I'm going to try to pinpoint some nice underdogs for you. But one of the good things is now we have football every single day this week. Obviously, there's only the one game tonight, but then we've got football Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then, of course, Saturday and Sunday. And now with the MAC being back and them taking weeknight schedules, we are going to have midweek football for the rest of the season. There are going to be some weeks where we don't have it every single day, but looks like we're only going to be having about one day a week where there's no football. We've got just over 2 weeks. Well, really, I mean, about 16 days. And we'll have college basketball back. So that's a big, big deal. So real quick, let's tell you what we got going on at the site. I brought back the 30-day all access, which was a huge hit. I've already had people, listen, what this is designed to do is because everybody wants to be a one-year all access member. It is a little bit pricey, compared to a week pass or something like that. But this is for the real investor. This is what we target. We don't target people that want to get a day of plays. Yes, I offer 3 days and 7 days, but I don't know that I'll do that in a year from now, because we are not looking for the $50 a game better. And even if you are, we want somebody that's going to treat it like a business, somebody that's going to follow my games and my games only, not going to question them, not going to bet out of their means, not going to go against my strategy and my system, and is going to let me make them money. You don't call up your stockbroker if there's a bad day on the market and want to know why, or go against them if you think something different. There's a reason you put your trust in somebody that knows what they're doing. And there's a reason that all of my long-term clients that listen to what I say make money year in, year out in every sport, hand over fist, like clockwork. So we look like, yes, we will take on the 3-day client or the 7-day client, but if that's all they ever want to be, that's not what we're looking for. We're wanting to turn them into long-term, 1 year and above clients that want to take this serious. This is not something that we want you to buy this every month. Buy it for a month. Let me prove myself to you. Show you everything that you would be missing out on if you bought the lower tier, and show you what you're missing out on if you're not an all access member. And then let that profit buy you the 1 year all access. But it was such a huge hit that we had people make their money back in a day and immediately went and bought another month just so it starts over when their month ends, because we have decided on a price. It's going to be $799 for the 1 month all access, and but I'm going to do it for another week at $499 for the people that did not get a chance to take part in that when we did it a couple of weeks back. So you can get the 30-day all access pass for $500. That gets you every premium play, every daily top play, every game of the week, game of the month, game of the year if we have one. Any alternate sport are included in all access stuff. NASCAR, horse racing, every international sports. There's nothing that gets released on the site that an all access member does not have access to for no additional charge. If you're on a normal 7-day pass or 3-day or even a normal 30-day pass, you don't get games of the week, games of the month, games of the year. If you're an all access member, you get them for no additional charge. And we've been winning those like crazy. So make sure you jump on that. College basketball, my second best sport. It kicks off again in 16 days. It's going to be $1,000 this year. It's usually $1,500 for the year. Because of COVID and because of what's happened this whole year in sports, we decided we were going to make it $1,000. I brought that back down to $500. I'm going to leave that up for a couple of days, and that'll be the last discount we do on that. December start date, December the 22nd, has been announced for the NBA. So what you can do now is get the NBA and NCAA basketball combo pass. $1,000 gets you both of them. That way you don't have to spend $3,000. You can spend $1,000 and get both of them as the basketball combo pass. You can do the same thing with football. We'll be announcing some hockey stuff in the coming weeks. Everybody knows what we do in the NHL. And then the contest that I was running to get over 75% off the 1-year all access membership, the promo I ran 2 weeks ago, where we were getting all the people to enter, and then we were randomly drawing a handful of names to be able to take advantage, would be the last all access 1-year all access promo we did for 2020. We did the selection, had some people take advantage, and then we had a couple people that were chosen that have not gotten back to me. So I have now sent them emails saying, don't worry about it, you are null and void, do not re-enter. But we went through the trouble of setting all this up. I love doing this and turning people from short-term clients to long-term clients, or from long-term to longer term. If you're already a 1-year all access member and you know you're going to re-sign up when it expires, get 75% off, enter your name. DM me on Twitter at PixChase, or send me an email, chase@chasewins.com. On Wednesday of this week, Wednesday or Thursday one, I'm going to go through, take everybody that sent me an email and a DM, put your name in a hat. I'm going to draw them, and I'm going to let you take advantage for the people that did not get back. There's only a few spots open, so if you want to take advantage, just send me an email saying, hey, yes, if I'm chosen, I want to get that discount and become a 1-year all access member. Let me know, and you have a chance to win, and we'll announce everybody this week. Okay, let's do the what we made. So 2 weeks ago, well, not this past week, but the week before, going in, there wasn't a lot going on that week. Obviously, you saw the free plays that I did. I think I gave out 5 or 6 underdog plays. The only game that we had going into that week, besides one midweek play, was we had one play on Friday, which was Wyoming, that I gave out for free, plus the points. I told you they went out right to also take the money line. They did in dominant fashion. So going into the weekend, we were actually up 2.1 units. And again, we don't run a unit system here. All premium plays are flat bet across the board at whatever your 1 unit would be. Daily top plays 3 units. Games of the week 5, month, 7, year, 10. And it's always been like that. We do not fluctuate 2 units, 4 units, 9 units, 50 units like these unit system people do. And we always calculate for tax, juice, vig, whatever you want to call it. We always calculate that in our profits. So then going into the weekend, we had an NCAA game of the month, which cashed in almost at halftime. Had it not been for bad time management before the half, we would have cashed that game of the month ticket before halftime. But we cashed it very early in the third quarter, so you pick up 5 units there. We picked up another unit just because of the top play that we also ended up winning, because we split out for the day in our normal premium plays, but we won our top play, our daily top play as well, which actually turned us profit there. And then we get into the NFL that day going 7-2. And one of those games that we won was Miami on the money line at plus $1.75 to win outright. So big play there. Ended up picking up 3.8 there, and then because of that, 1.75. Ended up with plus 13.65 units for the week if you put it into a unit system. So to put it in context, if you were a $100 per unit better, per premium play better, you would have made $1,365 for the week. If you are a $1 per unit better, like most of the clients that we have are, you would have made $13,650 if you followed the system to a T just for that week. So again, you could have bought yourself a 1-year all access pass just off of that week alone and still had enough to have a nice week with. And then we get into just this past week what we did. NASCAR wrapped up. It was the final race. We swept the board. Patrick, congratulations on another fantastic season, picking up roughly 64 units for the season, race winners week after week. I'm not going to get into every single pick. There was 5 total head-to-head picks that he got on Sunday. 4 of those were premiums, which he won. One of them was a top play, which he also won. And then he had Chase Elliott as one of his race winner picks at plus 650. So he won that one as well. Chase Elliott not only won the race, but ended up winning the championship. We did have Denny Hamlin at 13-1 odds before the season started. He did make it down to the final race. He was one of the 4 drivers that was in contention. Had he won that race, he would have been champion. And I think he ended up coming in second or third. So, great season. It doesn't hurt us at all. But picked up 10 units in NASCAR. So again, if you're a $100 better, you'd have made $1,000 on the NASCAR race on Sunday. $10,000 if you're a $1 better. And then we talk about football throughout the week because we had midweek MAC action, the first opening day of MACtion. There were 6 total plays that we had in that one day, going 5-1. And again, had it not been for some poor clock management at the end of the game, we'd have gone a clean 6-0. So picking up 3.9 units that day alone. And then going in, to Saturday's action. Killer day. But the only thing that really killed us was we did have one game of the week in the NFL, which we did lose, and it was on the over. We lost it by a freaking, half point? No, 2.5, because it was the money line. I'm trying to think how many interceptions they threw. 3 interceptions or something like that in the final few minutes. Washington, we had them going to beat New York at home outright on the money line. We did have an underdog as our daily top play that day on the Ravens. We took them on the money line. I think they were catching a point or a point and a half, but catching a little bit of plus money on the money line. So we took them outright on the money line. They ended up winning. So all in all, we did drop that, but we made most of it back up on a daily top play winner, and we ended up sweeping the board in premium plays except for the very last play of the day. Very last play we had over in the Bucs-Saints game. That one did not cash, but we ended up picking up 2 underdog winners, 3 underdog winners on Saturday college football, with Arkansas winning outright, Washington State winning outright, and Pitt winning outright against Florida State, all of which we had So ended up picking up 14.1 units if you were on NASCAR, 4.1 units if you were not an All Access member. So it puts it in context there. If you're an All Access member and you're only betting $100 a unit, you would have still picked up over $1,400. If you're a one dime better, you'd have picked up over 14 grand. It's in 1 week. I mean, you would have made just under 30 grand in 2 weeks, as most of our clients are one dime bettors. So think about it, guys. Stop pussyfooting around with these 3-day passes and 1 week passes and $50 here and there. If you just want to be a gambler, that's fine. There's 1,000,001 people you can go buy from, and they'll win some money for you 1 week, throwing darts at a board, and they'll lose it back for you the next week because they really don't know what they're doing. If you want to make money long term, if you want to take it seriously like a business, then come get with someone that runs it like a business, because it is a business, that does this as a business for a living, and that's the only thing they do. Yes, I have my hands in other things. I have other business ventures. I invest in other things, but my day-to-day business is what you're paying for. And if you want somebody that does that, not somebody that does it when they get home from their day job, or, when they're on leave or something like that, then get with an actual business. Not somebody that just has a website and can have you PayPal them. Get with a reputable service that will make you money week in and week out. Are there bad days? Yes, there's going to be. There's going to be bad weeks. Hell, there might be a bad month every now and again. But you will never have a losing year with me, and you will never have a sport where you have a losing season if you follow what I give out and how I give it. And that is a promise. That's why there is a pure profit guarantee on every single thing that I do. This week, we are looking at potentially a game of the year and a game of the month, all in 1 week. That's never happened before. But there are 3 games right now that I'm just dead locked in on. Obviously, there's still more information that needs to come out because it's only Monday. So we'll see what happens there. But stay tuned. And the only people that are going to get those are the All Access members, unless you want to buy it separately. You can buy a game of the week, a game of the month, a game of the year. We sell the play. But if you don't want to pay extra for it and you want to get it on top of everything else that is given out for that day, you have to be an All Access member. Those are the only packages that you will get those plays included for no additional charge. So let's get on a free play. I'm going to take you all the way to Saturday college football, something that I've already locked in and bet. And this is Texas Tech versus Baylor. The whole world's going to be on Texas Tech. The line opened up at Texas Tech -2. It shot to -2.5 almost immediately across the board. A couple of offshore spots opened up at 1.5, and they shot up to 2 really fast. I'm sorry, even though Baylor has played poorly, we had Baylor as an underdog a couple of weeks ago. That was one of the 2 underdogs that we've lost in the last month, one of the only 2. And they just haven't played like the team that I know they are. And I know Texas Tech has had a couple of games that they've shown how dominant offensively they can be, but they're still really poor on defense. There are 2 very big distinctions in these 2 teams. Number one, Texas Tech looks and has played like the much better offensive team. But they're not a very smart offensive team. They air the ball out, they play quick, and luckily they haven't really faced any real defenses. Nothing that would make you say, okay, they've got a shot to shut their offense down. Baylor does. Baylor has one of the better defenses in the Big 12, because the Big 12 obviously isn't known for defense, nor is this Baylor team, and nor are they gonna be. But if you talk about Big 12 in the context that it is, which is just a very poor defensive conference, Baylor is one of the better defensive teams. They're a smart team too. They can figure you out. They are not only going to have time to figure this Texas Tech team out, they're going to figure them out. And when it comes to offense, like I said, talent-wise, yes, I think Texas Tech is a better offensive team. They're just not very smart. And when they get their feet held to the fire, they are very prone to making mistakes. You don't want to give a team like Texas Tech, you don't want to have them make mistakes when going up against one of the only teams in the conference that can capitalize because of their above average defense. That's what you're going to see in this game. You're going to see Baylor come out and really take some shots downfield. They're going to score quickly. That's going to make Texas Tech want to do it even quicker than they normally do, which is going to cause them to make a mistake. Baylor's going to capitalize on that mistake. That's going to shake Texas Tech up a little bit, cause them to make more mistakes, in which Baylor's going to capitalize. And as soon as enough separation is created, 14 points, 17 points, something like that, which I do believe can happen, that's when a team will fall apart. Now, what I do think can happen is that Baylor at the end will tank in this game. Come fourth quarter, they'll have nothing left. Texas Tech will start building momentum back, but it won't be enough. I'm going to take the 2.5 points. You know what? No, I'm not. I'm getting plus $1.30 on the money line right now. I'm not even taking the 2.5 points. If you can catch this game at 3 points or above, take the points because it's smart to do so. But if you're getting under 3 points, under a field goal, take Baylor outright on the money line because I believe they will go into Lubbock, Texas, and they will beat Texas Tech outright. I really, really do. I do not believe that Texas Tech is better than Baylor. I don't think they're smarter than Baylor. And I think they're going to come in with this preconceived notion that just because they can score points as fast as they can, they're going to win. I think Baylor's going to come out, surprise them early, and that's going to set the pace for the whole game, and they're never going to be able to get their feet back from under them. So that's your first free play of the week. Baylor outright over Texas Tech, underdog. I've got at least one more dog that I know I'm going to lock in that we'll get to you later in the week. But that's what I've got for you right now. Make sure you go to chasewins.com, get on a package, and I'll see you back for more videos. Can't wait to see you in the winner's circle. See you guys.